discussions in chambers. You know, Mr. Brzezowski has a very long record. He's not proud of it. I've had numerous conversations with him over the past couple months. He stood up, took responsibility for this case early on. He is here today to beg the court. He's here hat in hand for the court to consider giving him an opportunity at community control and possibly chance to go back into a treatment. There is a bed waiting for him at the Matt Talbot Center in the Cleveland area. While this case has been going on separately, there's been cases out of Cuyahoga County that he's pled to, and through those cases, he was referred to the Matt Talbot Center, and then he's been in our county jail, so he hasn't started his treatment there. But, Your Honor, he's got a history of various offenses, but specifically here with forging checks, cashing them for the money. He was doing it in this case. He was doing it in Cuyahoga County. Mr. Brzezowski has a drug problem. I know he told probation in this case that for this matter, he used the money to buy an urn, Your Honor, but he also in the past has used money to purchase drugs. I'm asking the court, these are nonviolent offenses. He is remorseful. Again, he's taking responsibility. I'm asking the court to please consider placing him on a community control sanction, giving him an opportunity to go to Matt Talbot and put the ball in his court, Your Honor. If he doesn't follow through, and I know his history isn't promising. I know he's had probation violations in the past, but if he doesn't follow through, then he knows that he's got up to 2 years hanging over his head here. So I'm asking this court to give him an opportunity to show this court that he is serious this time, that he wants to turn his life around and hopefully sober up. Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I just, like Mr. Watson said, I ain't proud of my record. I've been struggling my whole life with a drug addiction. I've been on, just placed in situations that I had some control over and made terrible decisions. I was also placed in situations I had no control over and made good decisions. And this one is just another opportunity, Your Honor. I'd like to show you that I can be probationable and I can be monitored. I can succeed, and I will, and I can sober up.
Then why haven't you? If you can do all that, why haven't you done it?
I've still been hanging on to wreckage of my past, in which I've made an attempt, and actually I've cut 2 people out of my life since I've been in this county. Actually, in Cuyahoga also, I haven't contacted the woman I was involved with. I haven't contacted her.
Who's that?
That was Lori Wood.
How'd you get involved in this scam with these checks?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I found a bag on a job site with a checkbook in it.
What job site?
It was I forget where I was at. I think it was like in Middleburg Heights or somewhere, or Wickliffe or some. It was a commercial. It was a commercial job site.
Who were you working for?
I was working for Novax at the time.
What's Novax?
It's a painting company. The union that I was laid off because of my drug problem.
So you're working at this job site in, where'd you say, Fairview?
I believe it was Wickliffe. I think, I'm not sure.
Didn't you say?
I found a bag. I found a duffel bag, backpack.
Didn't you
and
say
it had a
Fairview
checkbook in it.
first time?
Excuse me?
Didn't you say Fairview the first time?
No.
I believe you said Middleburg Heights, Your Honor.
Middleburg Heights. And then now it's Wickliffe?
I'm not sure where it was, Your Honor.
Okay. So what did you find?
I found a duffel bag, a backpack with a checkbook in it. And the job site was empty because we're the last ones on the job. So it was basically just in a pile of sweaters and jackets. So I kept it.
Welcome back, everyone, and buckle up because today's courtroom drama is a masterclass in self-sabotage. We've got a repeat offender, a patient judge, and one of the most painfully awkward attempts at storytelling you'll ever witness in a courtroom. The case? A man accused of running a check scam, trying to convince Judge O'Donnell that he's turned over a new leaf. His defense? I found a bag of checks and just kind of used them. Yeah, that's the level of genius we're working with today. But the twist? He's given every opportunity to own up, come clean, and walk away with leniency. And he still manages to talk himself into disaster. This is accountability versus excuses, and Judge O'Donnell is about to make sure we all learn.
Backpack. I kept it in the vehicle for a while. I probably sat on it a couple months, and rummaging through my stuff, I found it, and basically I was, at that time using. I had been released from jail, I believe.
So,
And I went back to the woman I told you about, to that house,
so what house?
to my address that I have.
Right.
And this, like I said, I haven't made no attempts.
So you,
I got talked into signing the checks. And I didn't realize the severity of the situation.
oh yeah, come on.
I thought it would go against my
You've been in
credit
enough
report or
trouble
collections.
for drugs and thieving that you knew exactly what the hell was going on.
I didn't realize the severity of the offense. I thought, like I said, I thought it was going to go against my.
This defense attorney is doing exactly what you'd expect from a seasoned pro, building a human story around a flawed client. He's painting a picture of addiction, remorse, and a chance at redemption. Notice the tone: calm, respectful, and hopeful. The argument here is simple. He's done wrong, but let's give him treatment instead of prison. The problem? The judge's body language already says it all. She's heard this speech 100 times. In court, sincerity matters, but repetition kills credibility. When your record reads like a criminal sequel, even the most eloquent plea starts to sound.
So you're either in Middleburg Heights or Wickliffe, and you find this duffel bag full of checks of a company that's in Willoughby, right?
I don't know where the company's at. I can't even remember what
Okay,
it was.
So, and then the duffel bag sat in a car for a while?
Yeah.
Months? And
About a
then,
month or so.
and then you decide to do what? To take one of these checks? What did you do?
Yeah, I took one of the checks and signed it and made a withdrawal.
What do you mean you signed it? It was a blank check, right?
I put my name on it.
Okay.
Signed it to me.
So you signed it, paid to the order of you, filled in $2,000, and then what'd you do? Sign the bottom of the check then?
Yeah, I believe so.
And
This is so long ago. It's
who's Dusty Mays?
I have no idea.
Where's Ace Cash Express?
I'm not sure. It's a check cashing place, I'm sure of. Nonetheless, it was foolish, Your Honor.
Who's Constance Wagner?
I believe that was probably another check I wrote.
Okay. Well, who's Constance Wagner?
I have no idea.
Why did you make out a check to Constance Wagner?
I was using the money to get the drugs, Your Honor.
I know. Why Constance Wagner?
I'm not sure.
Why did you make a check out to Dusty Mays?
I'm not sure, Your Honor.
Okay. Why don't you have a discussion with him, and he can decide if he wants to keep lying to me,
I mean, I don't know.
or if he wants to.
This is the moment where the defendant's fate hangs in the balance. All he has to do is what every judge wants to hear: own it, show remorse, and promise to do better. Instead, he goes for the world's least convincing redemption speech. You'll notice a pattern. Lots of vague words like situations, opportunities, and wreckage of my past. It's filler, not ownership. And when someone starts mixing excuses with half apologies, judges don't see rehabilitation. They see manipulation. The drama is about to shift from maybe he'll get a break to he just blew his last chance.
So, the name on one of the checks that I cashed, Your Honor.
Right. So when you went to the bank or when you went to wherever you went and you presented a check made out to Constance Wagner, I assume they asked you, are you Constance Wagner?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes,
And you
they did.
said, yes, I'm Constance Wagner.
Yes.
Why didn't you make the check out to like a male so they could probably see you're not a female when you walked in with the check?
Well, like I said, Your Honor, I wasn't in no shape or form. I was under the influence of drugs. I didn't even know where this took place. I forgot all about that incident. Also, it's been quite some time since these cases happened. Like I said, but I totally forgot. I'm not trying to lie. I just didn't remember, Your Honor.
It just seems curious to me that you wrote out checks to two females, presented the checks to cash. Did you cash any of the checks?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'd probably if I have this case, I'm sure they went through then.
You mean, so what you're telling me, you've done this so many times that you can't remember this one?
No, Your Honor, it's been quite some time that has passed, and I apologize.
It was a year ago. Okay. So you had these checks in your possession for a month, at least a month, right?
Yes.
It went from several months to a month.
And I know about the tech company is the checks that I had in my possession.
Right. That you found at some
Yes. During the course of me.
some building that was not in use when you were on a painting job.
Yes.
Okay. So presumably TKR Tech, whose checks they were, have been out a bunch of checks for at least a month, up to several months, and didn't report it until the day you walked in to try to cash it on July 20th of 23. That seems unlikely to me, that they would just be missing checks and not know they're missing
Well,
checks.
I believe that the people at the check cashing place knew that I wasn't who I was saying I was.
I mean, they got clued in that you weren't Dusty Mays?
Sure.
Imagine that. So you
Judge O'Donnell is surgical here. One simple question, then why haven't you? Cut straight through every excuse. This isn't anger, it's controlled disbelief. She's heard every flavor of rationalization before, and this man's story is starting to sound like improv. Her style is powerful because it forces defendants to confront reality. It's a reminder that the courtroom isn't a therapy session, it's a reckoning. And when she keeps pressing for details, it's not just about the crime. It's about testing whether he's capable of telling any consistent truth.
you were doing this completely on your own. Is that right?
No, Your Honor.
No. Then
No, I mean I was being driven. I had somebody driving me.
who?
A friend.
Who?
Antonio Harris was his name.
Who's Antonio Harris?
He was the one that took me to the check cash.
I know, but he didn't just pluck you out of thin air and drive you to the check cashing place. So who is Antonio Harris?
He was somebody that I was in contact with that showed me where to cash the check.
Okay.
How
How were
cash
you
the
in
check.
contact with him?
To a drug dealer.
When did you get in contact with him?
Prior that month.
When you found the
Probably
checks?
a week before I cashed it.
Okay.
Probably a week or so before I attempted to cash it.
All right, well, so what'd you tell Antonio?
I'd give him money if he drove me. He told me I would be able to cash them there.
So Antonio's the one that directed it to Ace Cash Express?
Yeah, I didn't have a vehicle.
Where is Ace Cash Express?
I'm not sure.
Is it in Ohio somewhere?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is it in
It's
Cleveland
in
somewhere?
Cuyahoga, probably, or Painesville out here. I'm not sure.
So first you went to 185th, right?
This is where the story collapses under its own weight. Notice how he keeps changing locations. Fairview, Middleburg Heights, Wickliffe. When your truth shifts 3 times in 30 seconds, credibility goes out the window. The judge is clocking every inconsistency, and you can feel the tension building. This is classic courtroom psychology. The more details you invent on the fly, the faster your story crumbles. And Judge O'Donnell doesn't even have to raise her voice. Yes, the classic, I didn't know it was illegal to cash someone else's checks defense. A bold strategy that's never worked in the history of modern law. You can almost hear the judge's internal monologue. Asterisk, sir, you've been arrested enough times to know what a felony is. Asterisk, this is where sympathy evaporates. His line about thinking it would go against his credit is unintentionally comedic.